Hey everybody, I'm Brian Boyle here, and welcome to episode 101 of The Mesh Tongue. So today is Tuesday, and hopefully you are doing well. Hey, if anybody went down to Wasatch Running Center yesterday or today, let me know. Share something, comment below here on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you are. Let me know that you got down there, that prize may still be down there. Who knows if somebody hasn't gone down there yet. It's the one in Centerville, so be sure to stop down there, tell them that I sent you. And hey, if you've got questions, comments, Brian, B-R-I-A-N, at company, the number 5k.com. I'll be happy to answer those for you. In episode 101, I want to talk to you about unweighting, and what does that mean? So, somebody's had an injury, they need to get off, they can, or off the limb, they can't put weight on it. Maybe a fracture, maybe some sort of issue where you just can't put weight on it. Stress fractures, other fractures, tendon tears, and we say, hey, you got to get off the foot. What are the things that you can do? Well, I know I've talked about pool running, but I don't know that we've ever gone into pool running, in general, specifics of it. And then there's also something called the Alter G. It's A-L-T-E-R-G, the Alter G. It's an alternative gravity system, which is an unweighted treadmill. There's unweighted pneumatic unweighting devices that they have with these harnesses and things that we can put over treadmills. A lot of these things require you to go into a clinic. The pool, not so much. So the pool is kind of the poor man's version of these. The Alter G started off at many thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. I think at their peak it was about 90 grand all total with shipping and all that other stuff. They've since brought that cost down significantly, but about $90,000. So you had to go into these clinics. Some of the other pneumatic unweighting devices, less than that. But the pool, summertime is coming up. Okay, if you got access to a pool and you need to get off your feet, or you can't weight bear and you're worried about how you're going to get your running in or how you're going to keep your cardio conditioning, that's the way to go, man. It's cheap, it's cost effective, and it's a heck of a workout. I've been there, had to do it myself, stress fractures in the past, just unloading for different plantar fascia issues and things, get in the pool and get running. But why would you use these things? So as we talked about, they allow you to return faster. So if you can't put weight on something, these things are going to give you this buoyancy effect. So they're going to give you a lift. It's going to be, depending on where you're at, if you're waist level in the water, it's about 50% of your body weight unloaded. So if you're a 200-pound person, it's going to be about 100 pounds. You get to neck level, it's about 90% unweighted, so you'd have about 10% if you go into the deep end where you cannot touch. Okay, but then obviously you're floating, so there's absolutely no, impact, and there's no, effect of the weighting. The Alter G, again, can lift you up. Basically, I don't know if you can see this, but if you go to their website, you can see there's a guy here, and he's in this contraption. You zip into this thing, and what ends up happening is that we can actually this bubble inflates around you, and it's not an anti-gravity kind of treadmill system. We can get some fantastic feedback and some analytics and all, but it can be a little bit of overkill if you don't necessarily want to spend the money on going to see a physical therapy group to pay for these sessions, because they're not inexpensive. Let's face it. I mean, a lot of people are struggling to get by as it is today. That's why we're kind of giving you this information for those folks that can afford it, that have great insurance. Get in, by all means. Nothing beats these things. The Alter G is a top-of-the-line treadmill. We looked into getting these in our own clinic, many moons ago when they were at the $90,000 range, and just couldn't justify the price for the number of patients that we thought we would see at the time. New day, lots of other things going on, but if you can get in, these things are fantastic. Gives you lots of feedback. You want to get better faster, I encourage you to do that. Somebody that has less financial freedom and has issues with getting in, has a high deductible, doesn't want to spend the $5 grand to meet the deductible, then the pool can be another alternative. So, just like your normal running, you would get into the pool, get into the Alter G, you would run, but because you've got the buoyancy, that lift effect, you're not going to have the impact, so the stresses aren't there, so you can keep your cardiovascular conditioning without the impact of the running. Now, how do you progress? Well, as you progress, as you're able to put more weight on, as you're healing, Okay, then you just either lower the amount of buoyancy on the Alter G, or you go into more shallow water. Okay, so you go from floating to neck deep to waist deep, and then out to land running. And that's the normal progression. Now, that's going to be different for everybody. So if you have exact questions, you know where to send them. Brian at company5k.com. I'll be happy to walk you through those steps. Somebody that just wants a general thing, well, again, progression. So 100% unweighted or 90% unweighted, 50, okay, until you get to basically 100% weighted and you are back on land running. Now we get into the recovery and all that other things that we've talked about in previous episodes. But I wanted to point out to you that there are options available for you. So when you go to see somebody and they say, oh, I don't want you doing anything, okay, you need to ask them, can I get into the pool or can I get into an Alter G? If you go to Alter G's website, they actually have on there who has them in your area. You can type in your zip code and it'll tell you exactly who has them in there. And that's part of their marketing because they are so expensive. They want to help providers get their information out there. So ask your doctor. If the doctor says, hey, you cannot put any weight on this, can I get into the pool? Can I use the Alter G? Because too many of them just go, oh, I just don't want you putting any weight on it. Not even thinking, well, hey, I'm a runner, I want to get back to this. They go, I don't want you doing anything, and then they go, actually, yeah, we could probably get you into the pool, or we could probably get you into the unweighted treadmill. And as long as somebody's watching you or that you have some basis for this, 9 times out of 10, if they are runners themselves, and if you're not seeing somebody that's a runner themselves, I'd encourage you to go see somebody else that's a runner. Okay, but if they are runners themselves, 9 times out of 10, they'll be able to say, yeah, absolutely, let's get you in there. So that's today's lesson, episode 101 of The Mesh Tongue. Brian Boyle here. Check out runpainless.com. I will look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for episode 102 on Wednesday. And without further ado, that's it. As I always say, though, don't go hurting yourself to come back. Please share this with your friends, family, training partners. And hey, also go down to Wasatch Running Center. See if that gift is still there behind the desk. And if nothing else, go down there and say hi and tell them I sent you. All right. I'll see you again tomorrow.